Whoa, hey, forgot to comment. Changing things up here a little bit this morning. Grab your cup of coffee. Good morning. Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day. Of course, we've got Ed Rupp coming up. Say good morning to Ed the Camel as we get the day started, and grab your cup of coffee of choice. This morning, I do have a hot cup of coffee this morning. It's kind of been trending a little bit on the cooler side, but I will tell you that warmer weather is on the way. And when you look at the temperatures from yesterday, we were a little bit warmer. We finally saw some sunshine by the end of the day, which really helped to warm us up. But before we go to do too deep into the forecast, we got to give a big shout out to Ray Varner Ford. He's our sponsorship for the morning. So let's get a check of that here real quick.
25 Ford Explorer Active 4-wheel drive, $46,588. 25 Ford F-150 4x4 Super Crew STX, $46,943. 25 Ford Bronco 4x4 4-door, $46,882. Ray Varner Ford, local you trust with deals you can count on.
Well, there it is, my friends. There it is. Without the local sponsorships, we would not be running every single day. So thank you, Sarah, very much for your understanding that I do have to run advertisements here during the shows. All right, and during all my weather updates. But as we know, we're going to get right to work. And let's say good morning to Ed Rupp, shall we?
Wait for him. Wait for him. Bam! Now we slide all the way downhill to the weekend. The kids can get ready for school, and Debbie can take her.
Well, thank goodness that Debbie can finally take her shower. Here's a time lapse from yesterday, KMNV, Monroe County Airport. We had the mostly cloudy skies for a good chunk of the day, but still some good, solid general aviation taking place yesterday. Some of those folks had to jump up through the clouds, and hopefully they were IFR rated. Otherwise, they wouldn't be able to go through the clouds. But look at this. The skies began to clear yesterday evening, and that really helped to give us a nice little push of warmer air by the end of the day. There we go. There's some sunshine. And now the skies this morning have cleared on out, and that's going to lead to a more of a sunny day around East Tennessee. All right, so let's get to work. Here's your temperatures. Julie, the mic goes off for just a second. Then it comes right back on. I don't know why it does that, but anyways. All right, so yesterday we did actually make it to 84 degrees. So what was I forecasting? I think I was forecasting 82. I was forecasting 82. So that little last bit of sunshine at the end of the day really helped to kind of boost those temperatures up quickly at the end of the day. But either way, we were in the 70s and 80s, and either way you look at it, we were trending below average. All right. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. You should have my microphone. Do you not have my microphone? I forgot to push the button. You could kind of hear me, right? Off in the distance. Now you can hear me much, much better. Thank you, Julie. Thank you, Julie. Julie's finally figured it out. Wrong microphone, Witcher. I know I forgot to push the right button. Either way. All right, here we go. Hopefully you got a little bit of that information because we're just going to move forward. Not much activity. So our trough is continuing to dig its way to our east and shift its way to the east and then eventually lift on out, and eventually a ridge of high pressure starts to build its way back in. So here's this mid-level energy and spin. This is about 15 to 18,000 feet in elevation. So you can see how the majority, when you get a trough to dig in, you pretend there's a line right down the center of that little dip. That's the trough axis. So on the eastern side of the trough axis, we typically get precipitation. On the western side, we get sinking air. It's like that little wave in the atmosphere that I talk about. Sorry about that, Katrina. Sorry, Debbie. Sorry about that. And got so many buttons to push. Anyway, so the trough is the center of the axis is moving its way in today. That means that most of the rain is going to be off to our east. But there's a little piece of energy diving its way in from Kentucky late today, and that's probably going to spark off some showers throughout the day. Not expecting a lot of activity, but we will see more shower and thunderstorm activity than what we saw throughout the other day yesterday. Now, there we go. Thanks, Sheila. Smash that like button. Subscribe to YouTube, by the way. All right, so flash flood risk. Now, we do have a level 1 risk for the mountain counties, Central Valley mountain counties. I'm not too terribly concerned about that. Let me show you the future cast. From now through lunchtime, again, not much activity, but as we get past the lunch hour, we may have a couple of pop-up showers and a few thunderstorms developing. Notice that not much activity is expected across the mountains until later on when we get that little push of energy. I think probably closer to about, say 5, 6, 7, 8 o'clock here tonight. But the forecast models are picking up on some activity throughout the day today. So just something to kind of keep in mind. as we progress through the afternoon and early evening hours. And again, just check in with the interactive radar. All right, temperature-wise, we're pretty comfortable, actually. A little bit warmer, a little bit more humidity, except for the Tri-Cities. Tri-Cities is currently sitting at 64 degrees, but a dew point of 55. And that is feeling amazing this morning. Then you come down to the Central and Southern Valley. Dew points are in the upper 60s to low 70s, so that's that mugginess that you're going to feel just a little bit more here this morning as well. All right. So temperatures are trending a little bit cooler Tri-Cities. Well, actually, right around where we were yesterday in Tri-Cities, but most locations are trending just a little bit above average. Oh, no, you're under the weather, Julie. Oh, sickness. You did text me that. Josh has got it. Now you got it. Oh, does Wade have it? Does your whole family have it now? Oh, bummer. What can we do for you? Can we do something for you? Can I bring you some soup? I'll just drop it off at the front door. And it's a long drive, but I'll do it for you, my friend. All right, so low to mid, maybe a few pockets of upper 80s throughout the day today. So still trending below average, but it is going to be a little bit warmer today than what we've seen over the last couple of days. And so because we're having a little bit more sunshine, we have a little bit more humidity, the heat index value starts to creep in just a little bit. Not a lot, but we'll start to see a little bit more activity. Thanks, Debbie. I could hear his shirt rustling. Yeah, whatever. Anyways, our trough continues to dig its way further to the east. So really, throughout the day on Thursday, I'm not expecting a ton of activity, but we will see a little bit more of a chance for a few showers and a few thunderstorms. But general idea, about 20 to 30% chance for some afternoon showers over the next 7 days. We don't have any major disturbances, major systems on the way for the 7-day stretch. So when you add up your 7-day rainfall total, most of the rain's going to be across the southeastern coastline. And part of that's going to be due to a tropical system that's continuing to swing down there. High pressure starts to build its way back in. You can see that little dip in the white lines across the eastern seaboard. That's our trough. Trough finally lifts its way on out. High pressure starts to retrograde, moving its way in from Bermuda into the southeast. And this is over the next 7 days. And so as we get into the weekend and the start of next week, a ridge of high pressure starts to build its way back in. That's going to bring us more heat and, yes, more humidity, at which point we're not done with the heat yet. You know that, right? It is August. And so heat index values will be trending upward into the mid to upper 90s, probably for the upcoming weekend and next week. So it is going to make for a better lake weekend. It is going to make for a better weekend at the swimming pools. And I think that's really going to be the story across the 7-day stretch. Even today and tomorrow are going to be fantastic as well. I do want to dive into the tropics for just a second. Again, we talked about this yesterday. I do have Tropical Storm Dexter. So Dexter is still just a fish storm and still a tropical system. So the next storm system that we'd be talking about would be Aaron. Now, we do have now an elevated risk. So this has changed. Let's see what the National Hurricane Center is saying on this. This just changed this morning. So the National Hurricane Center now has that as I believe. Come on, load computer. Load computer. Why is the National Hurricane Center stuff not loading? Anyways, we're going to have an elevated chance. I think it's up to 40% right now across the southeastern coast. And then we also have another disturbance that's coming in off of Africa. And so this little wave is also has a probability, or higher probability anyways, of becoming our next named storm. And this is classic for looking at hurricane formation. This is right where they should be forming for this time of the year. So something to keep in mind. I talked about it yesterday. Nothing major so far, and I'll keep you posted on how it all plays out. But we will continue to keep you posted on all things tropics. And remember, you can check in on the tropical weather with the East Tennessee Weather app. It's a great tool right there. All right, so that information with the National Hurricane Center. So 40% chance over the next 7 days, and then 50% for those little tropical waves. But I don't think the one where the southeastern coastline is going to probably do a whole lot. All right, I want to take you back outside and show you what it looks like. This is a live view in downtown Gatlinburg. Got a few clouds hanging out with us this morning, but a nice start to the day for sure. A nice, quiet, comfortable start to the day. So hopefully you have a chance to get out and enjoy that here this morning. It is going to turn out to be a rather fantastic day. All right, let's get to work with some national holidays. The current time now is 6:11. Checking that so you don't run late. Watch out for those school zones, by the way. Kids are back in session. Talk about some Witcher's adventures here in just a second. Had a busy day at the schools yesterday. But of course, now we're talking about those national holidays. So it is August 6th. We're celebrating birthdays and events here today. Any birthdays, let me know. Let's see. Oh, we're talking about, what's up, Matthew? How are you, my friend? Everyone giving the weatherman a hard time. Do they blame you for good weather, bad weather? It's like when the cable goes out and they blame the cable installer. Yeah, well, that's okay. It's part of the game, my friend. Part of the game. First day back for my sixth grader. You got a sixth grader too? I have a sixth grader as well. So I did that yesterday, and I had orientation for my sixth grader who starts officially on Thursday. Never understood why they start on Thursday for a half day, go for a full day on Friday, and then they have the whole weekend off, and then they get back into session next Monday. Just start on a Monday. What's the whole point of that? I really don't understand. All right, National Social Engineering Day. All right, let's take a look at that. Let's see what that's all about. On August 6th, celebrates National Social Engineering Day on the National Calendar Day. This national day aims to raise awareness about social engineering threats and promote better cybersecurity practices. I think we could all probably play a part in that, right? Changing our passwords more frequently, making sure you check your phones to see if you have any passwords that have been, breached, I guess, for lack of better words. Join us as we explore the risks associated with sharing personal data online. It is impossible not to share personal data online. It is the nature of what we live in. You just got to be careful about what you do. All right, it's National Fresh Breath Day. Smell that? No, you don't want to smell that. It's coffee breath. Nothing's worse. Nothing is worse than coffee breath. I don't know about you. My wife always says, whoa, hey, I think you need a piece of gum. Oh, I forgot. I've been drinking coffee. So go brush those teethers, right? Rinse it out with some good old mouthwash and get that clean, fresh breath before you head out the door this morning. It's National Root Beer Float Day. Has it already been a year since we talked about National Root Beer Float Day? I remember talking about that last year. I cannot believe that it has already been a whole year. Third week for your eighth grader. Hoping to have a great day. What's up, Vicky? How are you this morning? See you in year-round schools? Probably. And it's National Wiggle Your Toes Day. Are you wiggling your toes right now? You know what they say, nurses and doctors will tell you the same thing. If you sit for a long time, say on an airplane or even at your cubicle at work, whatnot, to wiggle your toes every once in a while to get the blood flowing through your legs, because you don't want to get any sort of blood clots going on, right? You don't want any blood clots, but either way. Those are your national holidays for the day today. We'll take you back outside and show you a live view. Let's take you to Anderson County, shall we? Take you to downtown Clinton. There we go. It's live view. Got the clouds hanging out with us this morning in Clinton. Again, the clouds will start to break up just a little bit more. Who does not love a root beer float, Katrina? Sorry you're not a coffee drinker. I stay up for the morning update to razz you, but I am a true form on the night lives. You stay up like you've not been to bed yet, Brandon? You are insane, my friend. I mean, literally, like 7 o'clock rolls around, and I'm like, okay, family, I gotta go to bed. So yesterday I had yesterday morning I had my kids' orientation for middle school, 6th grade. Cannot believe he's going into 6th grade. I remember sitting next to my friend during orientation, because when parents start to walk in, you're like, oh, I wonder who I'm going to see, because now you've got a bunch of elementary schools feeding into this middle school. So people that you've never seen before are now showing up. And of course, they had a presentation for the adults, try to explain a few things. I was sitting next to my buddy, and he was kind of a nervous wreck. I was like, really? I'm excited for my kid. I think 6th grade is amazing. I had so much fun in 6th grade. And there's so much more freedom in 6th grade. You don't have to have the card tags, and you don't have to do this, and you don't have to do that. And, there's a lot more freedom in 6th grade, preparing kids for, high school. So I did that yesterday morning. Then I came back and worked a little bit. And then we had my youngest kids fourth grade orientation at school as well. You know, we take all the school supplies, go meet the teachers type of thing. So we did that last night. And I told my family I was so tired yesterday. For some, you know, it's just one of those days. I'm tired. But I've been doing morning TV for my entire career, so I feel like I'm always tired. That's my wife. She's like, you're always tired. I go, yeah, because I get up at the early morning hours, middle of the night sometimes. Thought I'd be able to change that a little bit with this broadcast, but not necessarily the case, because if you saw my post this morning, I'm here to keep you up to date on the weather forecast every day. I want you to have the latest and greatest information, the best information every day. And I know a lot of you get up in the morning, you want to know the weather for the day, and so that's why I do my morning broadcast. But had that, so I was like, okay, I'm going to go to bed at 7 o'clock, and one thing led to another, that led to another, that led to another. Next thing you know, I'm cooking dinner. We did breakfast for dinner last night. I told the kids we're doing breakfast for dinner. I'm not cooking a bunch of stuff. Who wants eggs? Who wants sauce? Whatever. What do we want? And my oldest kid was like, nah, I'm good. I'm not hungry. I said, listen, the kitchen's going to be closed here in a minute. And so I get done cooking. I start to sit down to eat mine. And my oldest son's like, I'm hungry now. Bro, you're lucky I hadn't finished cleaning up the kitchen, because if the kitchen were cleaned, you'd be out of luck, my friend. So then I had to cook him some dinner. And then my youngest son wanted more eggs. It's like, I'm still hungry, Dad. Can you cook me more eggs? And I was like, okay, here we go. So now we're back in the kitchen cooking more. Long story short, my 7 o'clock bedtime that I wanted to achieve yesterday turned into 10:30 at night. So lo and behold, guess what I'm going to say to my wife this morning when she gets up and they all get to sleep in? I'm tired today. Oh, Teresa says, Brandon, I'm the same. I don't sleep well, so I'm a night owl. Man, I wish I could be a night owl. I've always wanted to be more of a night owl. I was more of a night owl, of course, through high school and college. That's a given. But ever since I've done morning TV, it is just one of those things where, I always have to kind of try to force myself to stay up just a little bit later. But it's near to impossible. How about this photo coming in from David Weaver? A great little sunset around East Tennessee. So he said at 8:45 p.m. on Tuesday, the 5th, Highway 33 at Emory Road in Halls. And that is a gorgeous sunset. Is that not just beautiful? You can see he's like capturing that as he's driving. I don't recommend that. Here's one from Bill Lyle of the sunset. Bill also shared this one on Witcher's Pictures through the East Tennessee Weather app. He said, from Avalon. Awesome stuff there. And that is, let's see, I think all the photos I have to share with you. Let me just double check and see if I have any I'd like to share with you, because I do like to share photos with you. And I do not. I do not have any photos to share with you this morning. So I guess that's where we are. That's where we are this morning. I don't know why my desk seems really high. There we go. That looks a little bit better. Anyways, it's now 6:20. And I think we're going to wrap things up here. Krista says, I stay tired. Well, if you're a parent, I think that's just the nature of the business, right? So Twila, I used to take naps all the time. But running your own business, most days there's no time to take naps. But when I was working at the TV station, I'd always come home after the morning show, take an hour nap, grab my lunch, go back for the noon show. And so I was like doing that split shift for anything, for every day. I didn't ask what anyone wanted. I just cooked a meal. They ate it. Well played, Cheryl. Well played. That's typically how I operate as well, but because I wasn't cooking like a main meal, like, all right, we'll just do breakfast. What does everyone want? Eggs are easy to cook. Sausage is easy to cook. Grab yourself some toast. It's easy. But when you're cooking like something bigger, not so easy. Well, send it my way, Teresa. Upload it to Witcher's Pictures so we can all see it and we can share it. And if for those of you that missed Ed Rupp, of course, we're going to be hitting Ed Rupp here in just a second again for those that missed him. So anyways, I'll let you go about your day. Have a great day. Be safe. Be kind to each other. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, watch what you share on social media. Just share what you share from a trusted source, please. We're getting into that season. I think I talked about this yesterday. I posted something on social media. There is a meteorologist down in Florida who actually posted the long-range GFS model, the American model of what that next tropical wave looks like. He was painting a gloomy picture for Florida. And here's the reason why you don't do that, because you come in this morning and it's now hitting Mexico. So again, just watch what you share and see on social media, because it does make a difference. And these people are just looking for clickbait, trying to make some money. People have figured out that if you throw weather maps out on social media, you can make a lot of money. So they just throw nonsense out there. You can't trust them. We call them armchair meteorologists. Come to a trusted source, okay? Have a great day. Be safe. Be kind to each other. Life is short. Here's Ed again.
Wait for him. Wait for him. Bam! Now we slide all the way downhill to the weekend. The kids can get ready for school, and Debbie can take her shower.